Say what you want about Donald Trump, but that man really has a wow with words. But you heard him. Trump is more honest on Twitter than anywhere else. In fact, when Mueller does finally get Trump into court, forget the Bible, they should make him swear on his phone. That's what they should do. So Robert Mueller is looking at Trump's Twitter. And it's not the worst idea. My only issue is, if you've been on Twitter, you know how easy it is to get distracted, right? Mueller's gonna log on to investigate Trump, and the next thing you know, he'll be watching videos of dogs dancing to Drake, which, by the way, is a real thing. I've watched that 300 times, and I still have questions. Was the dog really dancing to the music? Or did they add the music later? Was the dog driving the car before he jumped out? If so, where's that video? Does the dog have a SoundCloud? I want to know where to find you. See, I almost forgot what we were talking about. Mueller investigating Trump's tweets. This is what Twitter will do to you. And look, Mr. Mueller, investigating Trump's tweets for obstruction of justice is a good idea, but you don't have to go on Twitter to do it, because we at The Daily Show have already combed through all of Donald Trump's tweets. And we've come up with our own definitive analysis. Right here in this book. The Daily Show presents the Donald J. Trump Presidential Twitter Library. You want to get to the bottom of the Russia conspiracy? Well, we've done the work for you. Yeah, we've compiled all of Trump's tweets that show you how it really went down. Every single tweet. Yeah, every single tweet. And it turns out, crooked Hillary and the FBI are the real Russians. You just got Shyamalan. Oh, and if you want to get Trump on obstruction of justice, we've covered that as well. You see, we found the tweet where he pretty much confesses to the obstruction of justice. Look at that. Huh? Look at that. Go real close. Now, you gotta buy the book. Can't just read it for free on the show. The point is, this book is far more than just Trump's Twitter feed printed out. We've curated more than 400 of the president's key tweets. We've analyzed them, and we've added context to really get inside of his head. Like, do you have any idea how much he hates Diet Coke? Huh? Even though he drinks it all the time? Look. Here's the complete history of Donald Trump's Twitter war against Diet Coke. All of this, yeah. And I'm not saying that it helps your investigation, but it's pretty funny. It's really pretty funny. Look, Bobby, you've got no time to waste. Donald Trump could tweet any time that you're fired. So buy the book now. And everybody else, you should buy it too, just for fun. It's on sale at midnight, wherever fine books and incriminating evidence are sold.
Since I last saw you,
yes.
I think actually since I last saw you, because I see you in the wild sometimes.
We do.
Since the last time I saw you.
How is that for you when we see each other in the wild?
I try not to make any sudden moves, because I know you're a skittish forest animal. You've been nominated for 2 more Emmys. Congratulations for the Zen Diaries of Gary Shandling.
Yes, that's right.
Before we get into that, you've been nominated 9 times before. Do you still get excited? Because I still get excited.
Well, I was excited the first time because we won the first time, and then I lost 8 times in a row.
You won the first time.
Yeah.
What year are we talking?
1993.
Wow.
I'm so old. How did I get so old?
That is really old.
I was so young back then. I was young.
We have a clip here of the moment you won.
Yes.
Can you tell us what's going on here before we play it?
Okay, so what happens, we did a sketch show called The Ben Stiller Show.
Fantastic show.
And
short-lived.
It was short-lived. It was the lowest rated show on television that season.
Was it really, officially?
I think there was a show about people living after a nuclear war called Whoops that was lower than us. But so we got canceled very quickly.
Yeah.
And then we were nominated for Best Writing in a Variety Show. And back then, only 14 people would vote for the winner. They used to have blue ribbon panels of people who did that type of work. So Variety writers voted, and a friend of mine was the voter on the panel, and he said, "You didn't win. You definitely didn't win." And so I relaxed. And then Ben Stiller came to me and he said, "Hey, if we win, who should talk? And because I knew we didn't win, I said, you should talk. You're the star of the show.
How long is it between the cancellation and the Emmys?
It's like 8 months. It's so long.
So you've all moved on.
We fully moved on.
So you win and this happens.
And then I'm terrified because I thought we were going to lose. I'm so scared on stage. So look at my white face.
I can't believe it. Somebody had to represent the Fox network tonight, so we showed up. We all worked really hard on the show. Not many of you probably know who the hell we are.
You look ill.
Yeah,
you actually look like you're going to be ill because you won.
I know, it threw me. I got so scared.
Wow. I hope you win this year so you could enjoy it once.
It would be nice to enjoy it, yeah.
Well, let's talk about the Zen Diaries. What are the Zen Diaries?
Well, Gary Shandling kept diaries his whole life, and so I made a documentary about his life, and a lot of the documentary is him telling the story of his life through his diaries. And what was interesting is he had a real interest in Buddhism and Eastern religion, so he was this great comedian, but privately was struggling with containing his ego and trying to evolve as a person and become a more loving person.
We have a couple of these are what is the diaries like that. These are just sort of like you're dealing with that. These are a couple of quotes that you thought were particularly applicable to the story you want to tell about Gary.
Well, this one is the second one there, and he wrote, the other one. He says, maybe your comedy is a natural gift to be given to others with joy to help them through this impossible life, and you sharing it with no desire of getting anything.
Wow, that's very generous. Very generous.
But it's amazing, when I knew him for 25 years, and when you open someone's diaries, you don't know what you're gonna read. It could be terrible, and that's what it was.
Well, you worked on the show, the Larry Sanders Show. There's you, Gary. Did you ever imagine at that moment you would have this intimate of an understanding of this guy that you worked and I assume admired?
No, not at all. Not at all, because he was just a very mysterious, mercurial person.
Do you think he would want people to know this much about him, to know this much about his private life?
I have a feeling that he thought, when your life is over, everything that happened should be used as a teaching tool. I don't think in life he would have, but I think he would feel that now, if you could make your life better by looking at what happened to me, I would want you to do that.
So once you're gone, it's like signing sort of a spiritual organ donor card.
Exactly,
Take
yes.
of me what you need to make your life better. That's very generous.
I'm not like that. I have journals, and they're awful. And I write on every page, please don't read, burn this immediately. I don't want anyone to look at any of it.
Now that you're much, much older, and you're, you've had much more experience with late night TV. Do you think you guys got it right with the Larry Sanders Show? Do you think guys were close?
I don't know. You're doing it. What do you think?
It's nothing like that. There are no fragile egos to be coddled at all.
What did you relate to about Gary's story when you watched the documentary?
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I really am.
See?
I'm really looking forward to it.
See, now that's a Larry Sanders moment right there.
Oh, is it really?
Because no talk show host would ever admit he didn't watch the products. You're the most honest talk show host I've ever met.
Well, thank you, I think. Thank you. I hear great things. I hear the most fantastic things, and that I would absolutely love it. And now I feel like I don't need to watch because I hear it's just so good. It can only disappoint me. It can only disappoint me.
That's not it. That's not it.
That's not it.
You know what it is?
What is it?
You know it's going to hurt you in your soul. It's going to open you up.
Did it hurt you in your soul? As a comedian, did it hurt you in your soul to read all of that and go, oh my God, this is right? And I do not offer myself up for nothing in exchange to make other people's lives better. I am a failure at the aspiration that he writes in these journals. Just ask a question.
I was inspired by what he was trying to accomplish as a person because he really liked to mentor people and be there for other people, and he was a very sensitive man. also, but I was very moved by the fact that that's what he cared about above everything. Was, how can I be a better person? And you don't hear that much from this administration.
No, you don't. I'd rather have Gary Shandling as president of the United States. I've seen Judd Apatow comedies. We've all enjoyed them.
Yeah.
When is there going to be a Judd Apatow action movie?
An action? Does
Action.
anyone want that?
Sure. An action Apatow.
I don't know if it's my move. I once, just because it's Mission Impossible weekend, I did once have a meeting with Tom Cruise.
Wow. I have not had one of those.
And it was, he's a very, very nice man. I got asked to meet him. He was looking to potentially do not an action movie, a romantic comedy. Okay. And we were shooting Knocked Up in 2006. And I said to Seth Rogen, I have a meeting with Tom Cruise. You have to come with me. And no one knew who Seth was. He wasn't famous. He was just like a dude with me. And so I said, someone needs to witness this. So we're talking to him, and I don't know how it came up, but it usually comes up with Seth where he starts talking about marijuana and pornography.
Marijuana and pornography?
Yeah, those two subjects.
Sure.
And he starts talking about watching adult films on the internet. And Tom Cruise goes, what? Wait, you're saying there's adult films on the internet? And Seth's like, yeah, there's all these movies on these websites. And Tom Cruise like, wait a second, you're saying if I go on the computer, on the World Wide Web,
the information superhighway,
there are people having sex on this highway? Yeah, I watch all the time, it's great. Everybody does it, it's not a big deal anymore. So anyway, no movie was made.
That's the movie I want to see. Tom Cruise discovering internet porn.
I don't think he was for it, and I
think he was telling the truth. Think he was telling the truth. He wasn't like, what? What is this?
It's hard to know. I mean, he was being very polite, but I think I assume he was against it and being polite. But who knows? Sure. You never know.
He's a very good actor.
Exactly. And he runs so fast.
He runs with such intensity.
Yeah. How do you run?
How do I run?
Yeah.
Would you like to see me run?
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's good.
I do my own stunts. All right, let's see you run.
Oh no.
Come on, you have to run. Intense. Wow. That's a thrill ride. That's the summer thrill ride.
I could be in it.
Juliet Naked is in theaters on Friday, August 17th. Judd Apatow, everybody. We'll be right back with Team Heartthrob. Jace, Norman. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for being here. You are the founder of Creator Edge social media company.
Yes.
You've got 3 million Instagram followers. You're a producer of the Nickelodeon TV film Blurt, and you're the star of Henry Danger on Nickelodeon.
Yes, sir.
You're 18 years old. You're 18. Congratulations on not having a child star meltdown.
Thank you. I'm trying my best.
What was your child star vibe? Were you like boosting cars and causing havoc, or were you like growing in a hatchling and they went, there, that one will be a star?
Wait, what was that?
You know, at Disney, they just have vats where they
Right,
grow
they just
children.
grow the child stars.
Yeah.
And that wasn't me. I was a
That wasn't-
natural-born child star.
Oh, good for you.
But I don't really drive. I don't have a license.
You don't
right
have a
now
license? You're 18
yet.
years old.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
super fun.
It's not fun. It's not great.
Drive?
Oh, to drive, it's yeah.
You
I wouldn't
want
know.
it so you can just go, hey, mom and dad, I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. Yeah, I got an Uber, Lyft.
Oh, so Uber is your instead of driving?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not very cool right now.
I think you have a better idea of what's cool than I do.
Well, sometimes I gotta I was on a date. I don't know what they call it these days.
A date? They call it a date?
Well,
a date? I don't know.
No one these days, Steven, no one goes like, oh, let's go on a date.
Oh, that's too
It's
bad.
like, let's hang out.
Okay.
Yeah. And like implied. It's very nuanced these days. Anyways.
You should ask a girl. You should ask a girl out or a boy, whatever you do.
Yeah, sure.
You should ask someone out on a date and you see what they do.
Mate, you never know.
And they'll say, "Did your grandfather put you up to this?"
Right. They'll be like, "What does that mean?"
No, older. Stephen Colbert did.
I'll be like, I'll send them this clip.
Sure. Send them this clip and say, "Hi.
I know
who is this?
Steven.
Who is this? Come here, right here."
Yeah. Okay.
Hi. Whoever you are, Jace wants you to go out on a date with him. I don't think that helped. I'm so sorry.
It would.
I'm so sorry. Get ready for some celibacy.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I don't know. But that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
I honestly don't.
All right. So you're also an entrepreneur. You're an entrepreneur.
Yes.
What are some of your your first business ideas?
First business idea.
Yeah. Did you make money as a kid?
Oh yeah. I used to not live. I used to work on you know Harry Potter's those like. You know he lives like under the stairs.
Sure, in the cupboard under the stairs.
Yeah,
right.
like my family had like an under the stairs cupboard, and I would sell seashells out of the cupboard.
Where'd you get the seashells?
The kitchen table.
What were they doing on the kitchen table?
They're my family they're the family seashells. And so I took the family seashells and I sold them back to my family.
And did they buy it?
They bought it. I think they bought it. I think they bought it out of pity, but you know, money's money.
Or there's a sucker born every minute.
Hey,
you never know.
You never know.
Well, you've got this startup here, Creator Edge.
Yes, sir.
And the little description here says, we match the most powerful influencers with the world's largest brands.
Yes.
To create custom branded content with data-driven results.
Yes.
What's an influencer, and am I one? Am I an influencer? What makes an influencer?
I don't. To be honest with you, Steven, I don't know what an influencer is.
Are you an influencer?
I don't think
3
influencers.
million Instagram followers.
Yeah, but I don't think influencers know what influencers are. I don't know. You're an influencer, sure. Yeah.
But we match the most powerful influencers with the world's largest brands.
Yeah.
So how do you identify who the influencer is? Is it the person who doesn't know they're an influencer?
Exactly.
But then once you match me with the world's largest brands, I'm gonna know that I'm an influencer.
Okay.
And now suddenly I'm not. You got a business model issue.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So what would happen? Let's say you matched me with a powerful brand. What would then happen?
So ideally, you would enjoy that brand. Like it'd be something that would be integrated nicely into your life and your social media and stuff like that. And you would take a picture, maybe wearing the brand, using the product, and then you know they would slip you a $20 bill, and you would leave.
Usually $20? Really?
Yeah.
$20?
Yeah.
I'm in.
Yeah, dude.
I'm in, man.
Thanks, man.
I'm so in. How many seashells can I get for that? Because I need some. Well, it's so lovely to meet you. Thank you for being here. Congratulations on just everything.
Thank you, sir.
Season 5 of Henry Danger is on Nickelodeon this fall. Jace Norman, everybody. We'll be right back with a performance by One Republic. Folks, before the break, I was over there. I made a few jokes about my boss being in trouble. And are we still broadcasting? You know what? Don't tell me I like a surprise. And here's the thing, we're coming up on 1 year of general awareness of the Me Too movement. And I think that milestone is worth celebrating. But it's hard to think of an appropriate anniversary gift when the entire Amazon wish list is just